Hello, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 myths about young people today. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakobo, founder of Simple Family Business, where we help parents to build with their children fun fruitful family business. Like the video, share the video, and send me a comment. Let us discuss this as we go along. In terms of the myth of the young people today, 3 things that I want to talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about young people, in fact, I thought about titling this video my experience with working with young people. But of course, I think that I would debunk the myths, so that within debunking the myths, I will share these stories of the incredible kids I have worked with, and how amazing they are in terms of reversing the status quo or the stereotyping for their lives. Number one is the fact that children these days don't respect. Now, this is a statement that is a very unfortunate statement, and we have done it to the extent that we are more or less kind of stuck in this circle of living it or making it really come to life because we have believed it that much that children don't respect, and for that reason, of course, you are not going to see any respect coming your way if you believe that children don't respect. Here is my observation about this. When I came to the UK, most of these are just things that people say all the time. Children in the United Kingdom don't respect. And then I go to my children's school, and when they do the assembly, and then so we the parents will go there first. We are sat there waiting for our children, and then the primary school, and then they're toddling along, and then they come, and then they are sitting in the rows. I used to feel fascinated about that because every child knows where they are going to sit, and then they sit and they're like they're talking among themselves, and I just see them and smile. And as soon as the teacher stands in front of them, everyone shoot, be quiet. I used to really, really love that. And what did I hear? When I was sharing with people, they say, "Oh no, it's because they're just primary school children." Well, secondary school, it was the same. So yes, I am perhaps not saying that some children are not ruly and rowdy, but what I want to say is that in my experience, I have seen pleasant children all along. And that could be the fact that I'm always looking for the pleasant side of them rather than the other side. So if you are a parent, and this is to us parents, and you are thinking children are unruly, obviously that's what is going to happen. I believe that we should switch the thinking and think that our children are lovely, our children are capable, our children are amazing. I mean, these are just affirmations that you can speak over the life of your child. And even for those children who are trouble, just speak affirmation over them. Just continue to um, prophesy words of, you know, great words over them. And here's the thing: when I was growing up, my parents would not say any bad word over a child. They would address you your features. Those were the insults. But anything to do with negativity, no. And even now, my mom still says when my brother becomes, when there's trouble in the family, I would say, she would just say that as a parent, she can't say anything because they believe that your words are so powerful. As a parent, what you say about your child or to your child comes to pass. And I believe that too. I used to believe that in that sense of light, okay, in the village, this is how we did things. But now, even learning about affirmations and things like that, I just absolutely believe that when you say things positive about your child, you know, they are unshakable. I think it also builds their confidence in terms of when they go out there and the world is trying to put them down, they are definitely will not be a pushover. Number two is that young people don't care. Now, that's another thing. Young people do care. This thing of young people don't care, well, is also another very common statement. Like, young people don't care to the extent that when they are older, when we are older, they will not look after us. And I mean for us who are the Africans, because in Africa, I mean, one of my cousins in the US, they were talking about pension, and she said, "Oh, my children are my pension." And then her lecturer said, "No, children cannot be pension." That's the thing. In Africa, we believe that our children are our pension, and for that reason, our children grow up to become so loyal that they have to do whatever it takes to keep mom and dad, happy, and for that reason, we kind of think that when, especially children in the Western world, now wants to also think about their priorities and their needs, we say they don't care. Here is the thing. The reason why we are thinking that they don't care is because we don't plan. So we don't plan, and then we grow older and we're expecting them to look after us. But here is my opinion about this as well. The young people in this country, most of them are struggling. Why? Because things are difficult. They come from a university with this huge debt. The debt is massive. They have to work and pay. There are no jobs about. They are, even cost of living is ridiculous. And yet, and then they have childcare costs as well and all those things. And yet, where are they going to find time to actually care about you, the parent? They will not find the time. I mean, the time is limited. And so they are also trying to live their life. But here is my take on it. And this is how I thought about it some time back. And by God's grace, it's working because I used to think the way I'm running to work, to and from work, if I don't do anything different, my kids are going to repeat the same thing. They're running to and from work. They will not have time to come and sit with me when I call them one time to say, can you come? They can't come because they have work commitment. And I used to think about it in terms of myself. The fact that I cannot be with my mom when I want to is because I have to work. And if you are working, your holiday period is what, 4 weeks? You don't have enough time to do even the things that you love. Never mind go to visit your parents and spend a lot of time with them. I want to believe that that's the reason why we think young people don't care. If you are from Africa, definitely Africa, the lifestyle is different, and even if you are working, you will still have time to go home and take care of things. Here, it is not like that. In the UK, it is not like that. So when people say young people don't care, I feel that we should think about it differently and reverse it. We should start caring first when they are younger and putting things in place so that we will get them to become financially free quicker, so that when they are financially free, what excuse do they have? They can't say my work because we know that the work is automated and is generating an income. What else would they say? They can't say my child. We know that they can pay for childcare. They can't say, what else will they say? They can't say my university debt. We know that regarding the university, they have already been sorted in terms of the fact that they were working, they were generating money while they are in the university. So, we just have to find ways of making sure that this is not a problem in the future. Last but not the least is that the young people are, into crime. Now, in terms of that, I want to believe that it is an unfair statement as well, because when you think about it, especially London, our children, especially those from the black and ethnic minority, have been so vilified that it is shocking sometimes to read the news. The fact that crime is going on, there's no excuse for it in terms of young people killing each other. It is tragic, but the how it is actually blown to kind of make it to feel that majority of young black people are into crimes and gangs and things like that. It is really, really unfortunate. And that means that if you are a black parent, and of course I'm talking to everyone, but I am definitely addressing um, ethnic minority parents here, is that take action. Because in order for your child not to fall into that statistics, take action. When I first went to for Donia's event, Donia Na, in 2018, and I saw that she lined this young black amazing children, sharing their journey of where they are now. Most of them, some of them were bankers. This guy managing over 200 million in funds. The other one was a journalist. Another one was I think it was a film star or something like that. And another one was a celebrity. So many of them were just lying up and saying things that were just, that I could not even stop looking at them. And that was when I said, this is where I want my children to be. I just want my children to have this kind of say in life, to be able to be wherever they are, people are going, wow. And our children, it is in them, like God has given them all this talent. It is for us to make sure that it happens. And so the children who are into gangs and all those things, it is because it is not the only reason. There are several reasons, but my reason, or one of the reasons I feel, is because we are not spending time with them. And if you can spend more time with your child, especially when they are growing, as the boys, parents just seems to take their hands off. Don't take your hand off. And the reason why we do that is because we are not actually giving them attention while they were young. So as they're growing up, definitely it's a hands-on thing. Pay attention. Don't let that statement actually be your child's portion, because our children are made for signs and wonders. And the community that I belong to, is amazing. The young people, the talent, the skills, artists, writers, painters, decorators, fruit salads, designs. All of this is in our children. It's amazing what a black and ethnic minority children are doing in this country. But guess what? The news is not covering it. So if the news is not covering it, guess what? We have to highlight it. We have to make sure that people hear. We have to seek help. If your child is not into this category, it is not too late. Seek help to ensure that it is happening for them. Because guess what? Your child they're just waiting. They're just waiting for you to reach out and help them. Thank you so much for listening to this video. And I will just recap once again. Like the video, share it. Once again, children are indisciplined. The children are unruly. Children don't take care of us. Children are criminals. You know what? They are all a BS. Because our children are born for signs and wonders. Take care and have a good day. Take care. Bye.